my kitchen. So today I just thought we'd have a change of scene, and in this video cast on inspiring and growing and developing awesome children, I'd like to talk about tantrums. I don't know if you've ever had this yourself with your child, where they start screaming and shouting for no apparent reason. Perhaps they want an ice cream, or they want a sweet, or maybe they're just upset about something that's happened to them. Maybe a friend's upset them or something. And there are different ways for dealing with tantrums. But before I go into those ways, I'm going to just show you some outcomes. Have you ever met some children who, or actually adults, who appear to be quite spoilt, or very needy, or perhaps slightly manipulative? Well, some of these are the outcomes of how parents deal with tantrums. So, for example, if your child always gets their way whenever they throw a tantrum, then what they're teaching you and themselves is that if they get angry and start shouting and screaming, you will give them what they want. And that's how it translates into adult life. Of course, they don't start shouting and screaming and throwing themselves on the ground in adult life, but it could become like emotional or guilt on somebody, or it could be shouting and screaming, who knows. There's the opposite way as well, when I've seen parents just start shouting at their children. I've seen them shake them, I've seen them spank them, or tell them that if they carry on behaving like that, they're not going to love them, right? And that causes a totally different kind of adult to come out of the stable, so to speak. So really, I want to try and help you deal with tantrums where the child comes out feeling good, and you feel good afterwards too. Now, there's two types of ways. First of all, when the tantrum is just starting, and when the tantrum is in full flow. And in your toolkit, you have to use different techniques. Okay, so let me just talk about the tantrum in general. The first thing is, when you see your child about to go into a tantrum or in a tantrum, the first thing is absolutely try and remove them from any potential danger. Like, for example, they might be on the edge of a pond, or there might be sharp things around them, or some glass. Just go over to them, pick them up, take them somewhere else. Okay, so that's the first thing. The second thing is, if you can, and they just started crying or sobbing and shouting, just try and cuddle them. Just give them a big cuddle and say, "What's up, sweetie?" Yes? And if they just say, oh, and I couldn't do that, or my friend did that, or my brother or my sister did that, then you can have a discussion. So that's a great way. If you're kind of like far away from them, try using distraction. Distraction's always a great thing in your toolkit. So when they're screaming and shouting, you could say, "Oh, hey, look, there's a flying pig outside that window." So great, I love that one. I always used to use that as my distraction. In fact, I still use distraction today when I see children throwing tantrums in a shop, and I see the parents about to shout at them, or the parents are looking very embarrassed. I just try doing a little dance and waving to the child just to help calm them down. And those are three good ways of dealing with tantrums when the tantrum isn't in full flow. Now, if it is in full flow and they're just screaming and shouting, and no matter when you try to talk to them or cuddle them, they just push you away, then you have to do a totally different way. So the first way is, if it's in the house, you just pick them up, take them to their room and say, "Listen, you need to just calm down. When you finish shouting and screaming, let's talk about it and see what's up. Yeah? Love you to pieces." And then leave them. The second way, and again, not every parent can do this, is to join in. In other words, and I love using this example, when my daughter was hula hooping and she just failed, couldn't do it. And she just threw herself on the ground and she said, "I'm so useless, I can't hula hoop," and started crying. No matter what we did, she would just start. So I joined in. I just threw myself on the ground and I said, "Oh, I'm so useless. I can't throw tantrums properly, and I'm just banging on the ground and I'm hurting my hands," and she just started laughing. Notice, by the way, everything I used in my tantrum was never about her or about whether she was useless or bad or anything like that. That's a definite no. Okay? So, tantrums, yes? If you want to prevent them from growing up to be perhaps spoiled adults or needy in some kind of way, then please deal with tantrums in the techniques that I've shown you, yes? Remove them from danger, give them a big cuddle, ask them what's the issue, or use distraction. And if it's in full flow, remember you can just pick them up or hold them by their hand and say, "Love you to pieces, let's go and do this in your bedroom," and just leave them in their bedroom or join in. So, if you've enjoyed this video and would like to see my second video on dealing with tantrums in public, then please subscribe on that button there. And even if you don't subscribe, please share some of the things that you use to help your children get over tantrums, or perhaps add any other comments. Maybe there's things you don't like about this one that I've given, or some things that you like and want to build on it. So thank you very much.